He was horrified to discover that this hotel shrank a little every other night. To confirm his suspicion, he tied a rope between two opposite walls. The next morning, the once tight rope sagged. The rope hadn't changed in length. This could only mean the distance between the walls was decreasing. He immediately shared this terrible news with the kitchen staff. Even more terrifying, the hotel had no exits. The chefs and guests had lived here for over 10 years without ever stepping outside. If the shrinking continued, it was only a matter of time before everyone would be crushed to death. Stranger still, no one but him seemed to care about this life-threatening issue. The chefs worked together to throw him out of the kitchen. Mr. K had originally been a traveling magician. He was scheduled to perform a magic show the next day at a cafe in town. He had found this hotel at the last minute. The receptionist was a one-eyed elderly woman. Mr. K booked a single room and went to bed early that night to conserve energy for his performance. But the next morning, as he prepared to leave with two large suitcases, he found he couldn't locate the exit no matter how hard he tried. The stairwell he'd used the day before was now a solid wall. Judging by its worn appearance, it didn't look newly built. While he stood puzzled, the old pipes above began to shake and rattle. Soon after, the walls began to tremble. Pressing his ear to the wall, he heard a rhythmic pounding, like a heartbeat. The corridor lights flickered. Then, without warning, tiny doors opened at the base of the wall and a band marched out, playing music as they approached Mr. K. Completely bewildered by this series of bizarre events, Mr. K turned around with his luggage, hoping to avoid trouble. But as he rounded a corner, he bumped into a server carrying food. The server instinctively handed Mr. K the tray.
Hurry up, we haven't got all day. Get in line.
And just like that, he was inexplicably absorbed into the hotel's kitchen staff and led to the back kitchen by the team leader. In the kitchen, aside from the endlessly busy chefs, the most striking feature was the food. Every single dish seemed to be made from eggs, chicken eggs, duck eggs, goose eggs, quail eggs and more. The eggs were being continuously delivered from a conveyor machine. As Mr. K stood bewildered, the supervisor forced an apron onto him and put him to work. Reluctant and confused, Mr. K soon found himself the target of jealousy from others.
Most people have worked for years to get a job like yours. Your wife took just minutes after you set foot into the kitchen.
He quickly explained he was just passing through, but the man across from him suddenly dropped his head and worked silently, as if he'd seen something terrifying. Mr. K turned to look and saw the head chef standing nearby, staring at them with a stern expression. But Mr. K, unfazed, began performing magic tricks right in front of him. The head chef merely glanced at him a few times, then walked away. Later, when Mr. K urgently needed the bathroom, only to have the door behind him locked from the outside.
Go away! Is it true what they say? Are you the liberator? What? There's not much time.
Suddenly, the vent beneath the door slid open, and several hands reached in, trying to grab him. No matter how hard he kicked, the hands kept groping. It wasn't until Mr. K whispered, "I'm nothing," that the hands stopped and vanished.
I'm no one.
Having no idea what was going on outside, and wishing to avoid further trouble, Mr. K curled up in the corner of the bathroom and drifted off to sleep.